Hi everyone, let's understand different digital threats and actors associated with digital threats. So, what are cybersecurity risks? They include malware, phishing, identity theft. Some of the common attack vectors include phishing emails, malware, unpatched softwares. We can also see emerging threats like AI driven attacks, and we can employ some mitigation strategies like employee training, multi factor authentication, and continuous network monitoring to overcome these. Threat actors in the digital realm include hackers. They are people who are gaining unauthorized access to computer systems or networks. They are malware authors who are creating malicious softwares such as viruses, worms. Then we have insiders who are individuals within an organization. They basically steal sensitive information. We have state sponsored groups or backed by governments. Organized criminals are including groups and people who are engaged in cybercrime activities such as online frauds. And then we have activists who are using hacking techniques to promote social or political causes. There are advanced persistent threats as well. So they are APTs are sophisticated techniques to infiltrate networks. They are usually using evasion techniques, so you can't detect APTs. They use encryption and anti-forensic techniques, and they are usually coordinated. Uh, let's understand what is cyber terrorism. Cyber terrorism includes intent to cause panic, fear, or disruption. They usually target government networks, infrastructure, and civilian assets. The next type of actor that we see is script kiddies. They basically use pre-written programs to exploit systems weaknesses, usually minor vandalism or amusement. They do opportunistic attacks such as defacing websites or launching simple denial of service attacks. Criminals are individuals or groups that are engaged in phishing, fraud, identity theft, ransomware, and data breaches. We have hacktivists. They are basically targeting organizations or governments to promote political or social change. We also see industrial espionage. Basically, it means acquisition of trade secrets or proprietary information for competitive advantage. The different motivations behind this could be because of access to competitive markets, disrupt competitions. We see industries such as technology, pharma, defense, they are easy targets. Some of the commonly used methods in this space are hacking, social engineering, infiltrations. It can lead to consequences like financial losses, damage to reputation, and loss of competitive advantage. Let's understand hospital systems and threats associated with that. Healthcare data is particularly sensitive and could be exploited by attackers for financial gain or any other malicious purpose. Usually, we see interconnected systems in healthcare. So, we can see malware attacks that can basically cause disruptions to hospital operations. They can cause damage. We also see ransomware attacks that can encrypt hospital data and ask for payment for in exchange for decryption key. We also see phishing attacks. There are insider threats that we have seen in hospital systems. We can also see APTs, advanced persistent threats that include sophisticated long-term attacks. Hospital or healthcare institutions need to be compliant to different ethical obligations like HIPAA. We need to make sure that there are strong cybersecurity measures in place and hospital systems are up to date. Some of the common system attacks include ransomware, which includes demand for payment, phishing attacks, stealing, for example, stealing login credentials, distributed denial of service, which can cause overwhelming or disrupting services for hospitals, data breaches, so getting unauthorized access leading to theft or exposure of sensitive and patient data. Insider threats include employees misusing access to data or systems. The some of the actors that we have identified in hospital system threats are cyber criminals. Basically, they are targeting hospitals for financial gains through ransomware or data theft. There are hacktivists who are basically attacking hospitals for possibly protesting hospital policies or affiliations. Then there are state sponsored actors who are also targeting hospitals for stealing research data or disrupting services. Then there are insider threats, which might be because of disgruntled employees or people who have been bribed or extorted by external parties. Some of the potential system attacks and threat actors that can do that. So cyber criminals, they can do things like identity theft, so basically steal patient information. They can also do more serious attacks like ransomware, demand money for sharing keys because they have encrypted critical hospital data. And there are insider threats. They can do things like data manipulation, so alter patient records or hospital data. They can also do more serious attacks like system sabotage, so basically disrupting hospital critical systems. Hacktivists, we see less critical attacks from them like website defacement, so basically altering the hospital's website. They also do more serious attacks like data breach, so stealing information and releasing it to public. And then we have state-sponsored attacks. Some of the less serious attacks may include espionage, so accessing confidential research data. They can also lead to more serious attacks like APTs, and then compromised networks. What is a threat versus what is a vulnerability? So a threat basically can result in harm in a system or an organization. So basically a threat is cause of an unwanted incident. And then vulnerability is a weakness or a gap in security that could be exploited by threats. Vulnerabilities are basically flaws or shortcomings in the systems or processes. Some of the examples include cyber criminals, which can do things like system sabotage, insider threats. They can basically access uh, knowledge of internal systems. They can do data manipulation and do also system sabotage. Hacktivists are making political statements or causing reputational damage. And then we have state sponsored actors who are aiming for long term intelligence gathering, and APTs, which are more aligned with their objectives. Um, Here is a prioritized list of summary of threat actors. So that include cyber criminals, or individuals or groups, nation sponsored, which are government sponsored, then hacktivist individuals or groups, which are promoting social agenda. Then we have insiders, employees or contractors who are using their access to carry out attacks or leak sensitive information. Then we have insider threats. So some of the common warning signs include account activity, unexpected data. It can lead to financial losses, legal consequences. Um, Here is a quick comparison of different threat actors. And with that, thank you.